this is SportsReplays here. So this is my BBL season review, team review. Doran, 39,000. Look, Hobart playing the last game of the round, so hopefully he does get a game. He's more of a money cash generation. And you got Harper as an emergency option, so I've gone cheap in the wicket keepers. The main thing is you got Philippi and Inglis are probably the ideal wicket keepers I want, but I'm a bit hesitant with the selection. And Harper's got the double matchup, which is ideal. And hopefully be able to make some decent coin too. If you can at least get like a 30 or 40 runs in each innings, that'd be great. Because he doesn't really need to do too much to make money. And Doran, we'll see if he plays. If he does get a game, he'll be at home and he at least bats half decent. He'll make some money. And then onto the batsman here, we've got Short. I think he's a must-have, self-explanatory, decent bowler, but an even better batsman. He's been the best player the last 2 seasons. And, since Adelaide have also got a double coming up, you just have to have him. It just says he's doing a lot of trades, and if he does really well in this first round, and his price will probably increase. So, and the same thing with Overton as well. Was really good last year. It's the same thing too. You want to get him in, so it makes it easier for the next round. And then Webster, we'll see if he's playing. I think he played the practice match they had with the Renegades. So I'm not too sure if he's going to be in the test team either. We'll soon see with Webster, because there's no one else really at that price point who I really want to bring in at this stage. I'll have to figure out if he's going to go in or not. And then you got McKirk, 128,000. So the thing with McKirk, he can either get a really bad score, or he can get like a quick 50 off 20 balls, and he'll get the strike rate bonus as well. So it's a bit hit or miss with McKirk. He's probably one of the more inconsistent players, I'd say, in terms of either getting like a 60, 70 score, or a 0, duck, or a score under 10. He's a high risk player, high reward sort of player. I guess he's a good young player for the future, so he might improve this season. We'll see if he takes off. Be good to watch. And plus he has a double as well the first round. So, why not? If you can get 50 one round and get 20, I think that'd be, just a standard. And then Stoners, 84,000. Had a terrible season last season. Had one good game, I think, against Adelaide, where he saved Melbourne Stars that round. But other than that, he was terrible for every other match. Look, he should go up in value. He at least has a couple of decent games. Plus, it's a double round as well. Plus, he can bowl as well. So if he does get a couple overs in and get a wicket or two, as well as a decent, 30 runs or 40 score in batting when he bats, he'll make a ton of money and it'll be worth it, because we know how much of he's capable of. He's a bit of hit or miss. He did do it against Pakistan, against a world-class opponent. So we'll soon see if he can deliver. I'm confident he should at least improve in his price point, even if he isn't like a 100% keeper. And then Renshaw, 68,000. So that's Renshaw, he's a tough player to get out. It's probably not ideal for T20. I don't have to worry about him being in the Australian team anymore. Look, it's hit or miss with Renshaw. You're not going to lose too much from him if it does flop. It's hard to say, because the problem with Big Bash, or even his cricket fantasy, particularly with batting, once you're out, that's it. There's no really second chances unless it's like a no ball. But once you're out, that's it. You can't make any more money unless you get a couple catches in the field. So we'll soon see with Renshaw. I don't think he'll lose too much if it is a complete fail. And then Kotsonis seems like quite a David Warner and a few people were talking about a lot about him. So if he does open, at least he'll get some score runs on the board and hopefully has a decent start to his career. I'm not expecting too much from him, but we don't really need that much from him to make a bit of a coin. 39,000. It's like, you're not going to really lose too much from there. And then you've got the bowlers here. Curran, who's an average batsman, can get going, but he's a good bowler. So you can sort of bat and bowl. Mainly a bowler. It was good like 5 years ago. But again, did get in trouble for suspension last year. So we're soon to see how he makes his revenge this year. And plus, Melbourne Stars got a double up earlier on. So, yeah, we need him on field. And the same thing with Will Sutherland. There was a bit of an injury cloud, but it looks like he played the practice match. So we'll soon see with Sutherland. He can somewhat bat and he can bowl. I mean, probably doesn't have the best economy, but if he can get a couple of wickets, that'd be ideal. And then you got Cooper Connolly again with Perth. I mean, he should be, solid cemented in the side, but it's a bit hit or miss with Perth's team since they've got a lot of players either injured or strained squad selection or just on the fringe. So if he does play and has the same, hopefully plays high up in the batting order and can get a good few overs in. I think he's more of a batting all-rounder than a bowling all-rounder. He's still fairly young, so he's got to improve a little bit, hopefully. He potentially might be in or out of my side. We'll soon see, although I do need a scorcher there just for the next few, because Perth have a double soon. And then Fergus O'Neill, 107. Don't know too much about O'Neill, so I'm a little bit unsure with this one. You can get a couple of wickets, plus Renegade's got the double. And then Zampa, another underpriced player, has been up there with some of the world's best T20 spinners. Has been poor the last couple of BBLs. So hopefully he can bounce back. If he can just get a couple of wickets a game, that'd be great. Don't think we want to lose too much with Zampa. He's got a double up as well. And then you got Fabian Allen and then Henry Thornton, which are two players I'm unsure about. I think Thornton did alright a couple of seasons ago. Didn't do too much last season. And Fabian Allen, don't know too much about him, but he's a bowler and batter. In Adelaide, we've got a double up coming soon. And then you've got Mackenzie as well, with just under 70,000. He's got a double up. I think he had a few good games last season, but didn't really play too much. Did alright against the Stars last year as a backup, but didn't really get too much games after that. So hopefully he does bowl a bit more. Hopefully that would improve, generate some cash as well. And just in case if either of these two don't play, again, I'm not too particularly sure exactly with some of these players, if they're not going to be playing or not, with Webster particularly. Sutherland hopefully should. I guess with Perth, it's probably a team that's hard to get a read on since they have so many good, decent bowlers. It's hard to predict. Ideally, I'd like to have, a Perth bowler because they've got the double up in round 2, and then Sydney have got it up in round 3. So I'll probably focus on Sydney next round, bringing a few of them in, as well as maybe potentially a few more scorchers. We've got quite a few, Adelaide players, so maybe I could probably bring in a Lynn from McGurk. Yeah, bring Lynn in next round, most likely. Potentially, depending on his price point. If Lynn has a crap game, his price will drop a little bit. We'll see how we go with that one. Yeah, but Perth do the double next round, so I probably want to bring at least another Perth player in, then maybe another City one going forward. Maybe I might even bring Edwards in. It all depends who's playing or not. The problem is with the fixturing is it comes out with an hour before the game. It's just very difficult to see who's going to be in and out. I think Tom Curran's definitely in. Sutherland did play the match. Zampa should be in. O'Neill should be in. It's apparently the ones on the fringe as well, like Doran, Kotsanis, Renshaw should be in. I need to put the emergency at one of these ones as well. Allen can bowl and bat, so it might have been better having all, but yeah, Renegade's got the double, so we'll just have to wait and see there, because maybe even just swap the emergency with Zampa or O'Neill, because if Zampa has a bad game or O'Neill, we'll have to wait and see on that. Yeah, so there might be a few changes round one. I think there are definitely a few certainties though, and that's Short and Overton. They're probably have to stay in. This next list of a headache next week, because they're the two key players you want in, and probably two keepers you want in the whole team really. Unless Adelaide, they do have no games in round 6 though, Adelaide, so I'm going to struggle that week. We'll wait until then to see how things go, because who knows with BBL, anything can happen. Oh, that's it. So yeah, it's second time playing BBL properly. Did pretty average last season. Did come back strong, but had an average start. So we'll soon see. This isn't my final squad as yet. We'll wait until the squad lines up tomorrow. But it probably will change a little bit. But yeah, it's one of those things. Thank you for watching.